Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing? You might have just seen Brittany do the live workout. If not, welcome to the masterclass. I am doing a pop-up masterclass today. I will be doing a poll for a couple more masterclasses early this week. We just had a little bit of a hectic week here, and I was planning on doing this one anyways. I had everything kind of written down and ready to go for today. And so we'll be talking about effort today and the importance of effort. I don't think I've really dove really deep on this in a long time, and this is something that I love talking about. It's funny, I say I love talking about everything fitness related, so it doesn't matter what masterclass I do. You'll be like, "Oh, this is a huge," I'll be sorry, like this is a huge topic. This is really really important. This is crucial. You need to understand this, right? So that's just how much I love what I do and love everything about fitness. So I love every topic I talk about, right? Anyways, with that being said, I do want to note that if you're not tuning in today because it is kind of a pop up masterclass, no big deal. You can simply watch the replay and be good to go there. So, with that being said, just want to say too, the office is a little bit cluttered right now. We've just been doing some moving around and a little bit of cleaning up over the weekend here. So, if you notice, I think there's like a Britney sweater behind me here, and then office chair and everything all over the place, but no big deal. So yeah, today I wanted to talk about effort and why effort is so important. Okay, so I know that's very very vague. Like, what do I mean by effort, right? Obviously, effort is like the amount of energy you put towards something, like how serious you're taking something, right? Like for example, I remember when I was younger, you know what I mean, like if I was working at an oil and gas job or I was working as an iron worker, there were certain people that didn't really want to be there. The job was very physical, and so maybe they weren't putting their best effort towards the job. So that's an example of not wanting to put a lot of effort towards something. It's something you don't enjoy, maybe, or something that you don't want to do, right? It's hard to kind of force yourself to put forth a lot of effort towards something that you don't like or don't enjoy. But today I want to talk about the importance of putting forth your best effort towards your fitness goals, okay? Particularly in the gym that I want to talk about today, but I also want to kind of spill over into your nutritional habits and just life in general, okay? And why it's so important that every single day when you have a goal in mind, whatever that is, whether it's fitness related, which most of this will be about the fitness side of things, but whether it's fitness related or life related or relationship related is a big one. You want to make sure you are putting forth your best effort, okay? So again, for the majority of this masterclass, I will be using training as an example, but you know how I roll. I'll kind of spill off into different topics and go off on small little tangents here and there to give you guys examples so that you understand why effort is so important. Now, training is a really good way to describe the importance of effort, mainly because if you're going into the gym and you have a workout to do and you kind of just half-ass it, or you don't really care if you do what you're supposed to do, maybe you cut it short, maybe you're not feeling it that day, and that does happen. That's happened to me, that's happened to Brittany, that's happened to everybody. The best athletes in the world have off days, right? That's a, you know me, I love to use extreme examples. That's an extreme example. The top athletes in the world, LeBron James in basketball, or Tom Brady, football from before he retired and things like that. Like they had off days. Everyone has off days. Okay, with that being said, though, when you're going to the gym, right, it's so crucial to sort of tap into your best self when you're training. And I know that every day is not going to be like that, right? So I'm not going to really talk too much about the off day today. I'm talking more so about having the ability to put forth your best effort during those training sessions, okay? So I want to talk about that, and I'm going to really lean on that for today, okay? So putting forth your best effort for training is so important for a variety of reasons. Number one, I'm going to use an example of two different people here, okay? I'll call person A and person B, okay? So person A goes into the gym, you know what I mean? Whether they're feeling it or not doesn't really matter. They just do everything in their power to make sure they have their best workout, which means whatever it is they're doing, whether they're doing their own workouts, they have a coach, they're doing a coach's workout, they're following something on YouTube at home, whatever it is, right? Their goal every time they start their workout is to really tap in mentally and get it done with the best possible amount of effort that they can deploy, right? Like they do everything in their power to have the best workout, right? Now, person B is someone who maybe they had a rough day at work, maybe they're tired, maybe they're exhausted, maybe they feel like really working out that day, but nonetheless, their emotions and their sort of habits in general and the way their life goes dictates how they're going to approach the workout, right? And remember, I've had bad workouts, Brittany's had bad workouts. We've all had workouts like this where we're not putting our best effort forward. So just understand that, okay? But with that being said, person A is going to progress so much more in their fitness journey than person B. I'm not even talking about missing workouts here. I'm talking about assume both of them are always hitting their workouts. Like 100% of the time, they're never missing workouts. Because I'm not talking about missing workouts here and there. I'm talking about just the amount of effort you're putting forth towards those workouts, right? So person A, doesn't matter how they feel, doesn't matter if they had a bad day, a great day, they're ready to work out, they're not ready to work out. You know what I mean? No matter what, they are going to put their best effort forward on that given day. Okay, that person A, is going to get so much farther in their fitness journey than person B. Okay, and here I'm going to go off on a tangent here with nutrition. Nutrition is a good example for this as well. Person A, let's say, no matter how they're feeling, no matter how their emotions are feeling, no matter if a family member is coming over to visit, they're going to stay within that 80 to 90% consistency that they know will get them to their fitness goal. And then maybe person B, like a family member comes over on a random Thursday, let's say, and they're just like, you know what, screw it, let's just order a bunch of pizza. You know what I mean? Like my mom's over. My mom comes down to Calgary to visit me sometimes. My mom loves to eat out. Okay, and so that's an example. Is like we'll cook meals for my mom, right? Like she's awesome, but we'll cook meals for my mom unless we've scheduled something specific. So that's an example of person A again getting so much farther in their fitness journey than person B. And again, I'm not talking about missing meals. They're both still eating, but maybe person B, because their effort level is a little bit off, they're just like easily distracted, and they're just kind of like, I don't have my eye on the ball. Like you know what I mean? Family comes over, friends come over, I'm just going to go nuts, right? So that's an example of the nutrition side of things. But again, taking it back to the training side of things, right? Person A, person B, both doing their workouts, but person A, no matter how their day went, no matter what has gotten in the way, they are going to put their best effort forward. Does that mean every workout's going to be gradually better and better? No, that does not mean that. But that does mean that, let's say they had a bad sleep and they're really tired, they still tried their absolute hardest in the gym. They still tried to complete their workouts with the utmost intensity, right? They still tried to put their best effort forward, right? Whereas person B, they're tired, they had a bad day, maybe they just go into the gym and they just like, whatever, like I'm gonna cut it short, or I'm gonna miss a couple sets here, or I'm gonna go on my phone and take really, really, really long rest breaks, like 5 to 10 minute rests or something like that. And I know we're all guilty for that, trust me. I've been there too. When like someone's calling me and it's an important call, or someone's texting me, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of just like, oh, wait a minute, it's been 5 minutes, I should probably do my next set. That's a good example of that as well, right? So that's not the only reason effort in the gym or effort in your nutritional habits or life in general is so crucial. Another reason why effort is important is because if you're putting forth your best effort at all given times, or at least trying to, right? Because I know it's not sustainable to do it every single time. What's going to happen is you're going to just get far better results in whatever you're looking to achieve, right? It's that simple. And so again, going back to the person A versus person B argument there, person A, if they're putting forth their best effort every single workout, chances are they are going to get stronger, right? They are going to see better muscle development, right? They are going to see more sustained fat loss along the way in their journey, right? Remember, this is totally goal dependent, right? They are going to see better run times. They are going to see, them being the best amongst their peers in a first responder setting. They are going to see themselves being the top of their class in a military program, right? And these are just examples of people I've worked with in the past who have put forth their best effort, right? I'm just thinking of people that I've worked with over the years and what they were looking to achieve. So it doesn't matter your goal in fitness, okay? If when it comes down to the training side of things, and yes, nutrition, life in general, but for the training side of things, which we're really honing in on here, right? If you're putting forth your best effort, chances are you're going to be the best you can be, right? It's simple as that. And that is going to spill over into your habits around training as well, and your habits around nutrition as well. If you're always putting forth your best effort, right? What will inevitably happen is over the course of 60, 90, 120 days, I don't like to put a specific amount of days on like when building a habit is going to actually happen, because everyone's different. Some people build habits in a week, some people it takes them like a year. It's not a big deal. But you're going to inevitably build habits around that effort. And that's going to spill into all aspects of your life. And that is the best part about this, okay? Is not only are you going to get stronger, not only are you going to, have better muscle development, better fat loss, whatever it is you're looking to achieve, just by putting your best effort forward every time you train, that's going to spill into your nutrition habits. That's going to spill into your life as well. That's going to spill into your career. It's going to spill into your relationships. It's going to spill all over the place. And that's a good spill, not like a bad spill, like spilling milk or something, or like, some sort of, you spill like, I don't know, grease or something like that all over your countertops. You're like, this sucks. I got to clean this up, right? That's not a spill you want to clean up. It's a good spill, right? It's spilling all over the place. Good effort, right? So, what a weird analogy. Anyways, yeah, that's the best way to look at it, if that makes sense. Now, with that being said, obviously not every day you're going to be able to match certain intensities with your training sessions. Like maybe you're putting your best effort forward in every workout. You're really trying your best, but like some workouts, depending on what's going on in your life, like they're not going to be as good as other workouts, and that's fine. I'm not saying that's bad. That's completely fine. It's just a matter of when the workout's done, right? Or when the day is done. If you ask yourself, did I really try my best today? And the answer is yes. That's all I'm asking for, right? That's all I'm asking for you to do, right? It's really, really simple. And, I will talk about kind of the relationships and life side of things as well, because I did note that. It's like, obviously, if every time you're going to the gym, you are trying your absolute hardest, well, then chances are you're going to try your absolute hardest in all other areas, like I said, right? So you're going to your job, right? You're going to try to be the best you can be, the best employee, the best business owner, the best, like, the best colleague, right? You're going to try to be the best you can be, right? And then the same goes with your nutritional habits. Like maybe not every day you're perfect. I'm not asking anyone to be perfect here because nobody is. Literally nobody's perfect, right? Everyone's going to make mistakes and everyone's going to have off days. So that's irrelevant to this conversation. But if you knew at the end of the day, like with your work life, with your relationship life, with your training, nutrition, your fitness habits, whatever it is, if you know you put your best effort forward, you got nothing to complain about. And not only does that spill into all aspects of your life, it actually helps with your confidence, immensely helps with your confidence, because you know you're doing everything in your power to become better, whatever that may be, right? Because I've noticed a direct correlation, and this is just with working with hundreds of people over the years, but not only with that, but just like even with like psychology and things like that, there's a direct correlation with people who aren't really trying to reach a goal, not really putting their best effort forward in life, really not really trying too hard with the training and nutrition, kind of like being all over the place. There's a direct correlation with that and just lower levels of confidence and self-esteem in general. And I'm not saying like, we all struggle, we've all struggled with confidence and things like that in our lives with various things, but just understand that you're selling yourself short, right? And that's the last thing I want any of you to do is sell yourself short, because all of you are awesome and all of you are capable of getting where you need to be. Okay, all of you are. Just full stop. Okay. And so if you're not putting forth your best effort in your training, your nutritional habits, life in general, you're not really trying your best, if that's going to spill out in a negative way, like spilt milk, into your life, okay, into how you ultimately feel about yourself. Right? And so that's why effort is so crucial. See how I started at the top and I said, we're going to talk about effort today. Well, everyone knows that's such a vague statement. And now all of a sudden we're talking about how it's like responsible for so many processes in our life, right? Just by trying your best. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do today. Try your absolute best next time you're in the gym. Really try your best. Try to make your workout as difficult as possible. Right? That's kind of what I'm getting at here, right? Try to make it difficult. Try to overcome obstacles. Try your absolute hardest to put 5 more pounds on the bar. Try your absolute hardest to, make the incline 0.5%, higher on the treadmill when you're doing your cardio. That's what I'm getting at, right? Challenge yourself, right? Put forth your best effort, but also combine that with challenging yourself, right? You can see how passionate I am about this because it's just facts, right? If you are absolutely 100% challenging yourself every single workout, you're challenging yourself with your nutrition, right? You're trying your best to meal prep on time. You're trying your best to track your food when you need to track your food. You're trying your best to create these habits in your life. It is going to spill out in all other areas. And for those of you that have spouses, right? For those of you that have kids, that's like a big deal. It's a big deal. Role models, like you being the role model of the household, for example, in this case, like people who have spouses, people who have kids, or people who see friends all the time too. That's another one that I've seen, like people just looking at you and being like, wow, like she or they've changed like so much. Like, wow, like look at the habits they were building. Maybe we should do that too. that is a massive, huge benefit to this as well, right? Kids and spouses are the biggest one that we see, right? Kids look up to their parents, they look up to you, they see you changing your life, they see you waking up on time, they see you doing everything you need to do, they see you being as consistent as possible, they see you enjoying things in moderation. That creates a healthy relationship with your child in terms of how they view effort in general, right? Then they go to school and they want to be their best self. Like that is how it works, right? One thing I know for a fact is, so obviously I love sports. Okay, I love sports. I've always have since I was a kid. Like my grandfather got me into sports, and I've always loved sports. And one thing that I've noticed when I'm studying, different fitness habits, and I'm always immersing myself in new knowledge associated with fitness. One thing I've noticed is all the top athletes, okay, all the top, and I'm always going to use extreme examples here because none of us are top athletes. I'm not a top athlete, don't worry. I never was and I never will be, right? That's a little bit of a delusional thought if I think I'm going to be in the NFL or something. I'm not ever. But all jokes aside, what I've noticed is top athletes, their parents, okay, this is why I'm relating the importance of like your child or your spouse looking up to you when you're doing these things, is their parents always set the example. Okay, their parents always set the example for the athlete when they were young. And you can see this in interviews when the athlete's getting drafted to the professional league or something like that. They're always like, my dad, my mom, they did everything in their power to ensure my success. They were up with me every day. They were training with me. They were like, these are extreme examples, remember, but nonetheless, they set the example, right? And then their kid just followed suit. They were like, wow, like every day I'm seeing my dad, I'm seeing my mom, do everything in their power to everything from putting food on the table to training to getting up on time, every little aspect, right? Just putting their best effort forward. That's all it is, right? That's all you can chalk that up to. It's just like they really cared about the goal and they got there by trying their absolute best, right? Because none of us are perfect and none of us are like physically gifted to the point where like we can just wake up tomorrow and like have six-pack abs or something, right? Like there had to have been work done, but that work is directly tied to the amount of effort you put forward. Okay, I hope that all made sense, right? I tend to really get deep into topics here, but that is one that I am really passionate about. You can see I was really getting into that at one point. Like I was really getting into that, and there's a reason for that, is because I truly believe putting forth your best effort, it's just so crucial from so many standpoints. What's crazy too, before I let you all go today for the master classes, what's crazy about effort as well is like, if I go back to the person A, person B argument from earlier in this conversation, like person A could not even, maybe they were doing random workouts. Like they didn't even know what they were doing in the gym. And person B had like a perfectly structured plan. Person A would still be farther in their fitness journey because they are putting forth their best effort, even if they don't even know, like even if they're doing random workouts every day. That's another conversation, like the science behind structured workouts and stuff. Like I'm not going to talk about that at all right now. I'm just pointing out the importance of effort. If person B has the perfect plan, but they're barely adhering to it, and then person A has kind of like, they're just like, I'm just going to try this random workout I found online, right? But they're adhering to it perfectly, and every single workout they're trying their absolute hardest. Yes, they will be farther than person B. Even if person B hired the best coach on planet Earth, like a coach that has, like accolades on accolades on accolades. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good the coach is, right? At the end of the day, like your effort is what matters. Your effort is what's going to get you from point A to point B. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So other than that, more master classes to come this week. I will put a poll in early this week, like Monday, Tuesday, kind of around there, to kind of discuss other topics and what you're looking to achieve, or if there's anything you guys want to know in depth. I did one on digestion recently that went really well. A lot of you really enjoyed that and were asking me a lot of questions in my messages, which is awesome. So that's exactly what my goal is with these, is I want to start conversations. I want you all to really, really watch these and really, really understand why they're so important to attend these master classes. And you don't have to attend them on time. It's fine. This isn't like school or anything like that, right? Or this isn't work. Like you're not going to get punished for not coming to these things. But it is very important that you watch the replays or you at least vote in the polls so that you yourself can get the best help possible from me and Brittany, okay, on top of us working with all of you one-on-one, right? So, but other than that, I hope you all have an amazing Sunday. And yeah, I'm going to go jump over to this desk now. I'm at Brittany's desk. And that's where I work. That's my desk over there. So I go literally just switch chairs here and get back to getting my stuff done for the day. And I hope all of you have something cool on the menu to get done today. But yeah, other than that, have an amazing day. We'll chat soon. See you, everyone.